Good morning.
Good
Welcome
morning.
to Morning Jew.
Welcome. Good morning. I'm Heather Gold on the West Coast.
And I'm Katie Halper on the East Coast. What I wore to bed last night is this t-shirt that's the Washington, D.C. Jewish Film Festival. How do you like that? And a bra. I sleep in a bra. No, I don't, but I like to wear one when I'm recording.
The bra is good for the Jews because you know what Jewesses need? We need bras.
We do. Like, especially back in the day, we're
like
on the pail, running around the pail and doing whatever we did on the pail.
Knocking ourselves out.
Knocking ourselves out. Literally knocking ourselves out in the eye and knocking other people out.
Exactly.
Not pretty. Forget the pogroms. It was actually the boob in the eye. It was Jewess on Jewess violence that really did the Jews in.
Okay, so this week.
So much to talk about. Government shutdown. They are taking Obamacare as hostage. So they're, I guess, kind of delusional. I think that this is like a Republican wet dream.
Who's they?
The Republicans. You're like an English professor. So I think this is like the Republicans.
No, I'm like a
I know, you're asking me that.
Like they don't know what we're talking about.
I'm a responsible show hostess, Jewess.
Yeah.
So I think that the Republicans are, they hate the idea of people being, getting health care. So they're trying to make a statement against health care, right?
Or they just not like the idea of people without a lot of money getting health care.
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. I should have. Yeah, you're right.
And it's not health care qua health care.
That's gay health care. That's queer health care.
Well, I mean, health care is always good for the Jews because, come on.
It's good for everyone.
There's fetching.
I'm sure some people would say they're Jewish doctors who don't want, whatever, that anti-health insurance argument. Even though my dad's a Jewish doctor, your dad's a Jewish doctor, and he wants universal health care, and your dad lives in Canada.
We're part of a 12-step group called Daughters of Jewish Doctors.
Oh my God, that's really
Get in touch with joining us. It's in an upcoming show of mine, and it's a necessary group.
DJD?
Yeah.
Okay.
Necessary.
They can't stop them from accessing Obamacare, but what they can do is hurt poor people in other ways by shutting down the government. So they get to, now they get to get their rocks off because kids don't get to go to Head Start.
Is this right? Basically, here's how I understand it. The very right-wing faction of the Republican Party, the Tea Party, has decided that their approach is going to be absolutely no negotiation, which might remind you of, the right wing of Israel. And so they're like, this is going to be our take. And because their own followers, the people who elected them, totally support this, and they believe that they're like fighting this purist fight, they are saying we're not going to have any conversation. This healthcare law is so horrible. If you do absolutely anything possible, it's what's destroying the economy. It's what's destroying everything.
Right.
So I don't understand technically how they've done it, but essentially, politically, it seems like the Speaker of their party has enough fear about their power that he's doing what they want. And what they want is to not pass a budget, which means the federal government doesn't have money to pay people. They're regular. So all essential functions are shut down now.
Right. And this, of course, it makes sense because these people hate the government anyway. So this is like a great opportunity for them to
But let's make a note that they still get paid.
Of course, they get paid and they get health care. These vets couldn't access the Capitol. They wanted to access the Capitol and they couldn't because it was shut down. So they went in anyway because they knew they wouldn't be arrested. And
Which is a total Jewish move, by the way.
Yeah, it is a Jewish move. All right, fine. It's not open. We're going to go in. I don't care.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like the Jewish move would have been like, I don't want to go anyway, so let's go home. My back hurts.
That's one. The other is I'm doing what I want to do.
That's true.
The veterans just went in.
And that was embarrassing to the Republicans because they're responsible for the fact that they couldn't access the Washington Monument. I said the Capitol before. I meant the monument.
The national penis.
The national penis, right. The Republicans are cock-blocking Washington, D.C. Literally.
Different things are shut. The national parks are all shut. Anyone going on a vacation without a lot of money somewhere beautiful, which is not probably affecting Jews so much because, let's face it, Jews are at the movies having Chinese.
Where the Republicans want to pay for the vets to pay to keep the Washington Monument open, which is funny because they're kind of like, we don't really care about cancer patients being turned away because of the shutdown or like kids not getting food stamps. We really want good optics with the World War II veterans. I mean, I feel bad for World War II veterans who can't access the monument, but it doesn't pull at my heartstrings the way a hungry child does.
Just reminds me of the Israel thing. It's like whatever's butchest, they're going to go for.
Exactly.
Give me the butchest scene, and we will do that. In fact, if we can go to a leather bar, we may want to fund that.
Yeah,
because we're really tough.
What we should do, move Israel to a leather bar. So,
or the Tea Party to a leather bar.
Good for the Jews.
So didn't Michael Steele get nabbed in a leather bar?
No, I actually made a music video about this, which we'll get to link to now. It was on his watch that they went to I think it was called Voyeur, the bar. And it was, sorry, my mom just IM'd me and it blocked my screen. All right, Mom.
Also the most Jewish possible thing
really
that happened.
And it makes a noise.
Too.
Mom,
how are you not blocking
recording?
Mom? Why are you even replying to your mother?
Because I don't want her to do it again and make a noise.
No. Lesson number 1. We're gonna have a public service moment here for Jewesses. Okay. Here's what you need to do. Don't reply. Contact, even saying I don't want to talk to you now, is contact. A lot of financial stuff. End of the story is if the U.S. doesn't pay its debts, people are afraid the world economy will collapse. Which is a Jewy thing. Let's be afraid something terrible will happen.
And you know what else is a Jewy thing? Is the world economy. Because we run it.
Also, I don't know if you had any other foreign stories about that. But
Putin is nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, which I like because I think his cracking down on homosexuality probably does make it more peaceful to be in Russia. Like, you don't have to deal with the loud pride rallies and stuff, which are really, invasive and chaotic things. So maybe it's an appropriate nomination.
Essentially, the lack of gay pride was going to make a more peaceful place. Yeah, except the gays are the Jews of Russia now.
Right. It's true. So it's good for the Jews. We got shifted.
The Jews need to step the hell up and help the queers of Russia.
But if we're just thinking of it on a really evil, like, the anti you are your brother's keeper. Right. Well, there's obviously a lot of overlap. I'm sure they're more out. That would be an interesting study.
Listen,
I bet they're more out gay.
Now we're Jewishly talking over each other.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There is a fine line between Jewish and gay. A fine line.
Especially for men. Well, for women too.
In particular for men. That's why
the Jewish sitting position for men is cross-legged.
Which is why our next story. Oh yeah. It's like our next horrible story.
Okay. Oh my God, he totally sits like that when we're talking about Woody Allen.
Jewish story of the week. Woody Allen.
His adopted daughter, who accused him of abusing her, for the first time in 20 years, is speaking out. She's 27 now. She's changed her name. She says she can't mention his name, that he haunts her, that she calls the fears that
her brother has photoshopped all the images.
That was really powerful because he's a genius. He invented the computer when he was 13 or something from scratch.
He's built a computer. It's not that hard.
Oh yeah, you're right. So he, I guess, can do this stuff. He photoshopped that. Well, that's easy. But he also edited him out of videos, so they can look at their memories.
Out of videos?
Yeah, videos.
He unzelig?
Yeah.
Well, it's very sad. I mean, there's a new Vanity Fair
we talked
interview.
About this last week when we named an Iranian law that allows you to marry your daughter after him. We called it the Woody
Allen law. He's married to Sunni, and the general community, culture seems to have just accepted that as big whoop. No big whoop.
It's true. I go to Woody Allen movies and I talk about the movies. I don't talk about the fact that they were made by Woody Allen.
I stopped going to Woody Allen movies. And I think his early comedy is amazing, and I know his early films are amazing, but it's really hard for me not to see Daughterfucker when I see him. And also, he's got less funny. I mean,
that's the thing. If it had been earlier in his career, you'd be missing out. But at this point, I don't think you're missing much. So you can live by your principles.
You mean earlier in his career when he made a movie with like a 12-year-old? When he's like, look, I'm romantically involved with this. I mean, he put it in a movie. Oh, Manhattan. Everyone's favorite movie.
Which films my high school. The high school I went to is in it.
Yeah, I mean, if you pay attention to the movies, there's a lot of, you shouldn't be playing a romantic lead. In fact, there's a quote in one of these interviews he gave recently, I think it was in a British magazine, where he said, like, at 77, I've realized I can't play a romantic lead on screen. You think?
Right. And, I mean, he realized it, like, 40 years too late.
So yeah, I mean, especially when he started sleeping with the woman he's married to now, she was 19 and adopted his girlfriend.
And his daughter.
And his girlfriend found, or that, I don't know how good their relationship was, Mia Farrow found naked pictures he'd taken of the 19-year-old while he was, 40s, 50s?
Yeah.
So the really amazing thing is not only how sad and disturbing all this is about Woody Allen, but how nonchalant the rest of the film and entertainment and maybe general Jewish community has been about Woody Allen and Roman Polanski. You know what it makes you miss? Anne Frank, what would she have to say about it, really?
You know what Justin Bieber said about Anne Frank?
She'd be a believer.
Hopefully she would have been a believer.
Hopefully.
And she seemed like a really great girl.
Great girl. That's the best.
Yeah.
Well, Woody, here's what I would say to Jews, older Jews. Any older Jew who says, when someone tells them how great Wagner's work is, oh, yeah, but he was a Nazi.
Right.
Just think about that next time you like a Woody Allen movie. I mean, you're kind of stuck. The great work is the great work.
Yeah, but you know what they're going to say? Oh, yeah, but unlike Wagner, he wasn't a Nazi. Good for the Jews that it's coming out because, Jews need to step up, as you say, to the Torah. Step up to the Torah plate. What's it called? Where does the Torah stand? I'm not religious enough to know this.
The plate?
I mean, what is it? It's not the Seder plate. Oh, that's good. Step up to the Seder plate or the Bima. Step up to the Bima, Jews, and deal with this.
Just because he's done good stuff doesn't mean we shouldn't also be real about how the terrible crap, including some terrible movies, and his completely abused daughter.
I mean, there's the incest thing, but beyond that is the quality of film. I'm sorry, but that one he did with what's her name, the woman who does thousands of characters, and is British, and what is her name? Tracy Ullman.
Tracy Ullman.
Yeah, some heist one. Anyway, that was pretty bad. I did love Manhattan Murder Mystery, but that was pre-Sunyi, thank God. Okay, God, we're not sticking to time limits right now.
Well, I would say this. Once he started sleeping with Sunyi, I stopped watching Woody Allen movies. Yeah. If you want to look at Woody Allen movies post-Sunyi, viewers, Jews, and Jew lovers, and tell me what I should be watching that he made post-Sunyi. If any of those films are really worth watching, especially if there's nothing that will creep me out in there about some kind of young woman that some inappropriately older neurotic guy is deciding to dominate the time of. Right. So that, and also the entertainment business needs. So just we'll close
with entertainment. We'll close with this.
So the beginning of the subversion, or the opening up about the entertainment business, about kind of what's in there, and frankly, the entertainment business is not, I don't think, that different entirely than the rest of the culture in terms of abuse and stuff, but in terms of making money off of it, it is different. And to that point, Sinead O'Connor released a pretty kick-ass, amazing letter today to Miley Cyrus, who said her latest video was made in homage to Nothing Compares to You.
I don't think she used the word homage because I'm not sure she knows the word. I don't think Billy Ray used it when he was raising her.
Is Miley Cyrus good for the Jews? Miley Cyrus seems so the opposite of the Jews.
I think she's great for the Jews. She's like the anti-Jew, and she sucks.
Well, she's pretty savvy about her career, and she's probably got some talent. But anyway, Sinead O'Connor wrote this beautiful, amazing letter, including lines like, look, I've been around this business long enough to know that men are making more money off of you being naked than you are, and it's going to hurt your career. And once you're, decrepit like I'm at 47, so your career's over because this industry only wants to sell sex.
A bag or something.
Yeah, it's a pretty great letter, so I'll include a link to that.
And we'll have Sinead on next week.
Sinead.
She's a fan of the show.
Who's, I think, like a priest or something.
A lesbian priestess.
As close to a priest as you could be, being a woman and being Catholic.
As close to a priest as you can be, having ripped up a picture of the Pope.
And also, I don't think so lesbian. Just someone lesbians love. We love her.
No, she said she was. But, she dabbled at least. Okay.
I need to go to the bagel shop.
All right, good. And I need to go get some lox, incidentally.
Good morning, Jews.
Good morning.
I thought you would Google map it. It's not on the corner. It's on Telegraph. I'm not quite there yet. I'll be there in like a few minutes. I think the other way. Do you have a phone? Can you just... Beauties, bagels. Do you have a phone? Can you just Google map it? Be there in 5 minutes.
Okay. I'm recording again.
We should have recorded that because I'm meeting
record it.
My friend from Brooklyn at the bagel shop.
I recorded that because you were so Jewy passive aggressive. Oh, I thought you would have Google mapped it, but whatever, it's fine.
No, I just thought it would be easier than me giving verbal directions.
And then you were a wily Jewess because you said you were going to be there in 5 minutes. I don't think so. More like 10 to 15.
Oh God.
Okay. So we'll put it at the end as an outtake. People, our real fans, will stay in the end to see it. So.
And then my friend's gonna watch this and be like, I will never trust you again. Well, evil.
I think she may be one of the 5 Jews who isn't already watching our show, so we may be okay. So